won't stop Donald Trump doubling down on his offense, slamming his GOP rivals ahead of a trip to the U.S.-Mexican border. That's tomorrow. Let's bring in today's panel. We got Forbes contributor John Tamny, Matt Welch from Reason Magazine, and Judy Miller from the Manhattan Institute. She's also Fox News contributor. John Tamny, I got to say I'm in mixed minds with Donald Trump. On the one hand, clearly he goes overboard in what he says and so many different things. On the other hand, if the whole establishment is against him, there must be something good about him, right?
Yeah, it certainly has its appeal, and I think that's why the voters, to some degree, are rallying around him. Still, I'm a little bit disappointed. Republicans are historically skeptical about expensive government, armed government, yet here they're supporting a guy who promises to build a wall that will, of course, be policed by armed federal officials. This is disappointing. It's anti-economic growth. I think immigrants are wonderful. Why would they support such a man?
When you dig down at a lot of his ideas, they end up costing a lot of money. They do seem to be against conservative principles. But, Matt, Carly Fiorina was on Fox earlier today. Here's what she said about the Donald. I think she had it right.
Look, I think Donald Trump taps into this frustration that I feel, that Ben Carson feels. Those of us who are outsiders know that voters are sick of sanitized sound bites, formulaic speeches, and a lot of talk and no action. In the end, politics is not a game, and it's not entertainment. It's deadly serious now.
She had the right mix there, Matt.
Well, she's right. You know, her and Ben Carson, and to a lesser extent Ted Cruz, are the ones who are trying to tap into this outsider, we hate everything establishmentarian ethos,
which ain't bad.
Which is a huge portion of the GOP. But right now, it's going to be this great gut check for Republican grassroots. Are you going to let your hatred of the media and your hatred of illegal immigration override the fact that Donald Trump is a lousy conservative, a lousy Republican, and a vulgar human being?
Or, Judy, that he can't beat Hillary. I mean, the latest poll I've seen, while Hillary's come way down in the polls against other GOP rivals, look how far ahead she is of Trump in a face-off.
Yeah, he has huge negatives, and I'm not accustomed to quoting Al Sharpton, but, in this instance, he really hit it on the head. He said that Donald Trump is the lounge act in Vegas, but he's just will never cut it on the main stage.
Well,
and
takes
I think
one
that's
to know
really
one coming from Al Sharpton.
Exactly.
You know that.
You know, every now and then you hear truth from unlikely places.
Okay, let's move a little bit. Keep it on Trump, but move to another source here. Senator Lindsey Graham can no longer phone home. You might have heard about this. The presidential candidate trying to get back at Donald Trump after Trump gave out his cell phone number on national television. Here's how Lindsey tried to deal with this.
Or if all else fails, you can always give your number to the Donald.
John, I like that, but is it even wise to try to match up Donald's antics?
No, he's always going to beat you on the big stage, but hopefully it's a reminder to voters how very unserious these people are, and that assuming any of them gets elected, we very much limit their power. What an embarrassment all this is.
But, Matt, is it wise to try, at least, by the way, we're getting some of this stuff out before the campaign gets serious, right?
Yeah, I mean, let's remember that Lindsey Graham and Rick Perry, who has been giving some blistering speeches about Donald Trump, they're on the bubble right now of that first debate. They're right there at 10th. I mean, Lindsey Graham's doing worse than Rick Perry. So they've got to distinguish themselves in a Trump-saturated media environment. And one of the ways to do it is show a little bit of sense of humor or sense of outrage at the fact that this guy's leading in the poll.
And, Judy, I must say it's the first time I've ever been really amused by, and sometimes I agree wholeheartedly with Lindsey Graham, but I've rarely been amused by him. This time I was.
Yeah.
Maybe Donald does bring out some good in people, right?
And also, after being, you know, he called Donald Trump a jackass, and he got it back, and rather than kind of hunker down in his hole, he came up and he made a funny video, and I think that's great. That's the appropriate response.
Guys, thank you very much. Melissa?
Speaking of 2016, a big interview coming up in the next hour. Cheryl Casoni takes us through risk and reward. Cheryl, who do you have?
Well, Melissa, we have got Governor Rick Perry from Texas. He's going to be joining me at the top of the hour. And, of course, we're going to ask him several questions, including his latest comments on Mr. Trump, which came out this afternoon. He gave a fiery speech. He is attacking the Donald on all fronts. We're going to talk to him, of course, about everything Trump, including the fact that Trump is on his way to Texas tomorrow, to the border. What does Rick Perry think of that? And, Melissa, I'm also going to ask him if indeed Donald Trump does have his cell phone number. Breaking news.
Cheryl, I love it. All right, thank you so much.
You bet.
Is text run done? Rough results from Apple, Microsoft, IBM giving investors the jitters. What you need to know before Amazon reports tomorrow. And hold on to your Egg McMuffin. McDonald's all-day breakfast may be coming, oh, thank goodness, to Golden Arches near you. That makes my day. We'll be right back. Regular candidates, they are cool candidates. Presidential contenders trying some creative tactics to lure the vote of the popular kids. First up, the tax code chainsaw massacre.
I'm Rand Paul, and I'm trying to kill the tax code, all 70,000 pages of it.
All right, Senator Paul then asked viewers how they would destroy the tax code using examples like throwing the tax code into a wood chipper or cutting it with a chainsaw, all to the tune of the Star Spangled Banner. Our panel is back. John, Matt, and Judy are here with us. I loved this one. You got to click on the way you wanted to destroy the tax code, and then he did it. It was interactive and delicious. Matt, what did you think of this one?
I'm obviously on Team Wood Chipper when it comes to this question.
The fire one was great, too. Wasn't there a fire one? I don't know. It was amazing. Judy, are they trying too hard? Is Rand Paul trying too hard in this one?
Yes, I think.
Really?
Yes, I think he's trying too hard. I didn't quite get the Detroit Republican black T-shirt, but when you're that low in the polls, I guess you gotta be creative.
He's in the top 10, Judy Miller.
John, what did you think about this one? Trying too hard or really cool?
I'm all for destroying the tax code, but it is so uncool when politicians try to be cool. This is embarrassing.
I don't know, though. Let's look at the other candidates and we can circle back, because I think this was the least painful of all the ones you're going to see. Chilling me softly, the Hillary Clinton campaign sending out its first Snapchat.
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I mean, who wants to take that one? How painful.
You know,
how many times do you think she did that to get it that sort of lively and natural? Judy, what do you think?
I'm surprised it wasn't a selfie. And I also think, is this the cool techno woman, or is this the woman who couldn't carry more than one device? Please, stop.
Matt, the thing that was so painful about this was that she was showing those little cozies that you put around cold drinks, and it says Chillery Clinton. She's trying to sell them.
There's not one thing about this that was so creepy. It's multiple things. I think she's actually trying to do an impression of the Saturday Night Live actress who does the impression of her, of doing multiple takes, trying to seem like a human being.
Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like. John.
Hurl-inducing. My skin is crawling as I watch this.
Hurl-inducing, yeah. Totally. That one was the worst. All right, straight out of Florida, Senator Marco Rubio rushing to clear his schedule, tweeting, quote, "Hey, Team Marco, clear 2 hours of my schedule on August 14th. Gotta see hashtag Straight Outta Compton." The hip-hop fan then asking for advice for a, quote, good theater in Manchester or Des Moines to catch the flick. First of all, I doubt they are showing Straight Outta Compton in Manch Vegas myself, but Matt Welch, what did you think about this? Do you think Marco Rubio's a super cool dude who's going to sit up front and watch, you know, Eazy-E and
I think he will. I think he totally will. I mean, first of all, NWA is a quarter-century old here, so let's not pretend it's like fresh for millennials. But Marco Rubio has always been like this. When he helped out Rand Paul's NSA filibuster 2 years ago, he was dropping Wiz Khalifa rhymes on the Senate floor. So this is what he does.
Judy Miller?
Hey, Team Marco, is your candidate running for commander-in-chief, or does he want more Twitter followers than Justin Bieber or Katy Perry?
Yeah, they may have to decide. John, what do you think?
I don't think voters like politicians who mirror them. This is so embarrassing once again. To thine own self be true. Just be a politician, not this.
Well, although I would say that Barack Obama has done very well with all of these tactics, and this is why they're doing it. I mean, he's out there taking his selfie. He was the, you know, big online candidates, social media. I mean, he proved that you need this element. So I don't know that we can totally write it off now.
And also,
Welch.
it's human, for crying out loud. We all listen to music. There's nothing wrong with showing that you enjoy it. Sadly, not everybody votes based on total policy preferences and everything that you come up with. They want to see if they can relate to you in some way.
Okay, I'm on the record that I did like the Rand Paul thing, but that's okay. All right, thanks, guys. David, over to you.
That was fun. Meanwhile, something fishy this way coming. The cinematic event of the season is back and setting its sights on our nation's capital. You do not want to miss this. Serious stuff straight ahead.